Hello, I am Raziel, and if I was to ask you what was the on-tabletop industry Wargame of the year, so 2020's best miniature wargame of 2022, what would you say it was? I probably would say, 40k, Age of Sigmar. That's kind of the ones that most people would go to. It wasn't, it was MANTC. MANTC's Firefight. Now, Firefight, I'll tell you now, is far better than Warhammer 40k. And yeah, actually it really is. It's a better game. I prefer it. To me, on a subjective level, I think it is better. I think it's a better looking game. I think there's better looking models, and it plays better. So if anything, you could all claim those leakers have actually helped MANTC, because within a couple of weeks of Leviathan dropping, we now have a new updated version of Firefight with new models. Well, not new models, with 2 new armies, and yeah, it looks fantastic. So, what is in it? Well, you have in this new box, because I'll tell you what, they've outdone themselves in this new box. It looks fantastic. It really does. In this new box, you get 2 armies. You get the Vermin and the Forge Fathers, which is pretty much Squats versus Skaven, but in 40k or in the future, which is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, also another good thing about the Vermin is that some of the models actually can be used in Kings of War, with some slight not even converting actually, but it's kind of, you can make them into either the Kings of War models, or you can make them into the lovely Kings Firefight one. And I must admit, Firefight is really cool because you have so many good armies. And the rules are decent enough to get anyone into a game. They're not simple like 40k nowadays. They're a little bit more difficult, but they are a lot better and more immersive. And so there you go. Now, when I was just thinking about, because I was looking at this, the new MANTC, new Firefight I should say, and yeah, and here's this go. It looks really good. You got a new rulebook with protocols and counters. You have the Firefight Assault on XSAM 2 player set. This is the main one, but it looks like there's actually 2. You also look like there's the Firefight of Cabalt 3, which is the old box but with new rules. I would honestly get the new box. Well, the old box isn't bad, okay? I got the old box. It's quite a good box. It's got Marauders and GPS, I think they're called, and Enforcers, I should say. Yeah, and they look really good. Yeah, you have the Enforcer box, and you have the Marauders. The Marauders are like Orcs, and Enforcers are kind of like Space Marines. And you have a decent amount of models in there. Well, if you've got Marauders, it being very much an Orc army, you are definitely going to be, it's very infantry heavy. Now, the new box, the Firefight Assault on XSAM 2 player set with new one, actually looks a lot better, because you have a massive termite drill, which is so cool. You have the Forge Father tank, which is so cool, and lots of miniatures too. You also just have some big Vermin models, and yeah, it's a nice looking box set. And this is the sort of box that I like, because you have 2 vehicles, 1 for each army. You have some special elites, and it's very much, it looks really balanced. And that's what's the most important thing. It looks balanced. I like it. It's not too badly priced. Well, MANTC never is actually that badly priced. MANTC tends to be on the lower end of pricing, kind of, for some of their stuff. Some of their stuff's starting to get a little bit on the more expensive side. But like the normal 2 boxes, the normal things, like the, normal boxes, you got about, 20 models for 20 quid sort of thing. 10 models for 20 quid. So you're just looking about the old age Warhammer Fantasy prices. And I've got to say, the thing about MANTC, why I like MANTC so much, is because they have some fantastic factions. They have the Astarians. These are really cool. They're like Eldar. They kind of have the Eldar aesthetic, but they tend to use robots and AI to do the fighting. So they don't actually really fight out in there. They kind of sort of use remote controls. You have the Enforcers, which are, well, these are basically your superhuman army, kind of your your Space Marine adjacent. Again, these look really cool, really easy to paint, and really fun to paint as well, and are well worth anyone to get. And you have the Forge Fathers, these are squats. GCPS, these are your, well, these are pretty much just in Imperial Guard. Marauders, Orcs, and Maison Labs are kind of weird. They're like weird, and you got Plague, which is pretty much like kind of chaos, and Vermin, which of course is Game. So right now, I would say getting into MANTC is probably one of the best things you can do, because it's well priced. It's lower priced than 40k. The starting box is £95, and you get so much in it. You get such a good amount in it. You get decent vehicles, you get nice little models for the new one, and the old one you get some jet bikes and some big models for even orders, and you get the rules as well. The lore as well of that. This is the thing. This is one of my big issues with MANTC and War Cradle, is the lore. On the lore side of things, it's not so well known, and the lore is really well written for both. And you're gonna have to get the rulebook to get it. Not the rulebook. You're gonna have to get like the additional book, which is in it, but it's not. It's like if you were to only know about Warhammer 40k lore, would be from the rule books. There's not that many novels written about Firefight at the moment. There's a bit about Dreadball, which is kind of a Blood Bowl version. But yeah, getting into, honestly, right now I would say MANTC is the best one to get into. If you're looking to get into wargaming, it definitely is. It's cheaper than Warhammer 40k. That's a big bonus. It plays better, it's more fun, and yeah, I've got to say I like the models more. I know a lot of people would say, oh no, 4K models are better. Okay, you can say that. I still think MANTC models are better, and then they start bringing in the technical side of it. Oh, because you can bring the technical side of it all you want, but it doesn't stop them out. But MANTC models tend to look better. They really do, and they have more variation. They have a bit more soul. They have that nice classical look of, proper fantasy and retro sci-fi that looks really cool. And the Astarians is just one of the best looking armies I've ever seen. They're fantastic looking. Vermin are great. I actually like Vermin, and being someone who played Skaven a lot kind of shows that. Forge Fathers is another army which is really fun looking, and I know a lot of people like that. So yeah, with this new kind of updated edition, it's not really a new edition, but it's an updated edition of Firefight, would be a good time to drop in, because you have some, especially if you like, the GCPS is one of the best looking for your human races. They have some fantastic models, and flyers actually are worth taking for both sides, because it's not just something that can be used to just mess about and annoy people because can't be charged and all that nonsense. Flyers are actually worth using because it's actually pretty balanced. Yeah, so there you go. With this one new rules update of MANTC, Firefight, I should say, worth getting. Yeah, I would really said, and the fact that it won Game of the Year is absolutely. Last year was absolutely outstanding, and if I just remember rightly, Showdown Wild West Exodus also won an award as well. Hey, look at that! Games Workshop doesn't win awards. Yeah, I should really start scripting things again. Because yeah, it was shortlisted. Wild West Exodus. Did it win though? I can't remember. I think it did actually. I think it won or something, but I can't find it at the moment. But yeah, definitely go and have a look at MANTC. The rules are free anyway. And one thing about MANTC, go look at Firefight. The rules are free. Now, one of the things I do like about MANTC in particular, especially Firefight and King's War, is that they don't really push to use their models. They want you to play the game, so you can actually use your 40k models. Like I said, if you would do, you can. Some of them are just easily look like it. Like I said, GCPS is your Imperial Guard, Forge Fathers are your squads, and of course your Enforcers are your Space Marines. Astarians are your Aldari. So there you go. You got a nice sort of range where you could download the rulebook, download the rules, and actually start playing and seeing how you feel about the game before you get it. Honestly, I think it's one of the better games I've ever played. It's just so much fun to play, and honestly, it needs more love. It's a game that really does need more love. I know a lot of people going BattleTech at the moment, but to me, I'm going MANTC, and I'm definitely going Firefight. I'm definitely going Wargame with the way things are going. I really like those two systems more than I like Games Workshop. Horus Heresy is like the last really one I want to play, and I am looking forward to Warhammer the Old World as well. So yeah. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a good day, and I hope right now we see some, games get some more love rather than Games Workshop and 40k and all that nonsense. Anyway, as always, links to Wayland Games is down below if you wish to save some money on your Warhammer, and there is of course my links for comics and merchandise down below, as is for Wayland Planet if you want to buy comics, and Patreon. But as always, treat yourself to something nice. Thank you very much. Bye bye.